In today's video, we are going to be talking about some of the best Pokemon single plays out there that you should be making before the prices absolutely skyrocket. Before we jump into the video, make sure you are subscribed. We are trying to hit 2,000 subscribers. If you guys ever want to support the channel, you guys can buy stuff from my website, or if you're buying on eBay, click this link. Literally takes 2 seconds, and then go buy whatever it was you are going to buy. We get a kickback, supports the channel more than you know. I do appreciate you guys. Let's jump right on in. So I want to start by talking about the Charmander, and what we're seeing is that for the Series 1, 2, 3 collection that is going to be releasing as part of the 30th anniversary, a lot of the value is not driven by the artwork itself, but by the Pokemon that is being featured. And most notably, we're going to be doing a comparison between Chimchar Gen 4, far less popular than the Charmander, but these cards in itself are extremely undervalued even as raw copies. If you look at the 1 month chart, these were down at like the $30 price point, and I was selling complete sets for, I want to say $250 initially, and then we lower the price to $150, and people just, they didn't want to buy when the prices dropped. And what we're seeing now is that the prices are already trending right back up. In the past month, we're up 20%. In the past 3 months, we're up 70%. These started in like the $25 price point. And again, Charmander being your absolute best one out of Series 1, it just has no right being this cheap. So I'm not even surprised to be seeing this one already coming up to the $40, $50 price tag, and it's just going to continue going up. And the reason for that is because the graded copies go for substantially more. This card in a 10, you're talking hundreds of dollars. Okay, so near mint is, I guess, the highest condition on any of these marketplaces that you could list for a card, whether it's TCG or eBay. Sure, some people will say that it's mint, but you want to be buying near mint if you want gradable copies. And when you have the opportunity to buy a single like this for 40 or 50 bucks and pay $20 or $25 for a chance for it to be worth 200 or 300, like that price, initial price buy-in of 40, 50 is just too low. Risk to reward, because worst case, what you break even if it hits like a 9, but you make huge profit if it hits a 10. And this goes the same for all grading companies. I'm not talking about anyone in particular, just this card by a major grading company in a 10 is going to be costing hundreds of dollars. The same could be said about Squirtle and Bulbasaur, this entire evolution line, with how popular it is, and also leading up to the 30th anniversary, everybody wanting Generation 1 cards. You are going to see huge increases in demand and huge surges in price for these cards, because the Pokemon Company in the short term is not going to reprint Series 1 when they need to manufacture and make sure there's enough Series 2 and Series 3. That being said, you're going to go back. Right now in the moment, you're thinking you have time to buy it, and right now you do. Right now you do have time to stock up on all of these. But as time goes on, and as the other ones get released, as we inch closer to that 30th anniversary, the price of the 10 graded copy, again, any major grading company, it's going to hold or increase. If that happens, the singles are going to go up. So, I'm not surprised for the Charmander to be going up as much as it is. Squirtle, a little less popular. Usually in a Generation 1 ranking, people are going to agree that it's Charmander, which evolves into Charizard, as first, then the Squirtle, and then the Grass line, the least popular. That's further supported by the overall prices you're seeing. Bulbasaur at 25, Squirtle, let's just round up to 30, and then Charmander, 40. So you are seeing about a 30% premium on the Charmander relative to Bulbasaur or Squirtle. But even looking at the Squirtle right now, I mean, this one opened out the gate at 35 and it dropped. So let's just say you don't really like the Charmander as much. You don't need to go all in on any one. You can't go wrong buying any one of these Series 1 stamp 30th anniversary promo cards. And again, with time, I think these are just going to be an incredible card to have. And my rule is rather simple, okay? I don't care if you're a business, investor, or even a casual collector. Try to have at least 2 copies. One for yourself and then one for the future. I think you can't go wrong with that approach. Obviously, if you're in a position to buy more and you want to buy more, you could go ahead and do that. But at least having 2, because if you only have 1, then you won't know whether to sell or keep it if the prices go crazy, which they most certainly will. Again, it's Gen 1. We've seen it happen before, and it will happen again. But yeah, it's just interesting to see the demand for the Squirtle initially upon release, hitting a high of 40, dropping. Very good entry point for the Squirtle. I wouldn't say Squirtle is like that less popular than Charmander. So seeing what the Charmander is currently doing, I do believe that we will see a correction in the Squirtle. So Squirtle right now, I'd be very bullish on. Bulbasaur, I don't know why people don't like the Bulbasaur. I think the artwork on this one is actually rather phenomenal. If we look at the chart on this one, we are actually seeing the same exact thing. We were pretty much same price as Squirtle in that like mid 30, and now we're dropping 30%. This is going to correct. If the Charmander continues going the way that it's going, Bulbasaur and Squirtle will eventually rebound. So the time to buy is when you're able to get in 20 or 30% cheaper. Like now is where the savings are. And if you want to buy substantially more than just 1 or 2 copies, like if you're a business or if you're an investor, reseller, it doesn't matter what you are, and you want to get access to the highest potential margins and the most amount of profit, what you're going to want to do is not buy individual copies where the condition varies, but rather you want to be buying the actual boxes. And it is going to require more money because upon buying the Series 1 box, you do have to take the 2 extra packs that come with it, in addition to the randomized Series 1 pack where you get 3 illustration rares. But it will allow you to have substantially more of these. In a case of 6 of the Series 1 boxes, you are getting 18 illustration rares. You're not guaranteed to get any kind, but usually if you're buying a case, you will get at least 1 set of Gen 1, which features Bulbasaur, Squirtle, and Charmander. That right there is $100 of raw value. If you get it graded, that line alone will offset the cost of the entire case. And you don't want to be buying these cases on eBay or TCG Player because they're rather expensive. There is a premium on buying the cases because you could reasonably expect to get Gen 1. I am currently selling cases so cheap, so much cheaper than under market. It's actually been one of our best sellers inside of our program. The starter tier actually has been eating them up. So the only difference between these 2 tiers, both have access to the exact same inventory sheet. Huge selection of factory sealed cases. The starter tier is just for those starting out. It only lets you get up to 5 cases, whereas the elite tier has no limit. So if you do want to buy the Series 1 collection cases and get them cheaper than you could find literally anywhere, eBay, Facebook, it doesn't matter. Make sure you guys are on that wait list because 1 or 2 case purchases will offset your entire dues, which is crazy to think about how much value there is in that program. But then again, everybody's looking to get deals in this market where everything's so expensive. Even being able to save 20%, it's incredible. Again, if you want to be buying these cards in very large quantities, definitely go for the cases. We are selling them super cheap. But if you just want to pick up regular singles, go ahead, pick up the regular singles. Next off, I wanted to quickly pivot and talk about some of the other ones. So obviously Gen 1 has a lot of value, but what doesn't make sense to me is like Gen 4 by no means is a bad generation, but what we're seeing with these cards is a huge collapse, right? Like these were at 11, they dropped down to 6, and I know you're thinking, hey, it's only a $5 drop, right? But on a percentage scale, that dropped 50%. When that happens for a card like this, if you're buying by the case and you're buying 6 of these Series 1 boxes, again, it's reasonable to expect that you will get at least 1 Generation 4 line. If you know that the value of the Charmander is going to continue increasing, if you know that the Squirtle and Bulbasaur is going to rebound, you know the same thing's going to happen for the Chimchar and the Gen 4 line. Chimchar, Turtwig, even Piplup, right? And the fact that these have dropped as much as they had is the exact reason why I am buying even harder. If you watch some of my other videos, you'll see that on my pallet deliveries, I'll get like 10 cases, which is 60 units. Next week, I'll get another 10 cases. And I'm just slowly, every week, I'm trying to add at least 50 to 100 boxes of the Series 1. And I'm trying to build a position of a couple thousand of these because this is just going to be such a home run winner. People, I don't think, understand how much opportunity they are missing out by not buying these. Like I'm going all in on this product, and I've made videos about the singles before. I've made tons of videos showing the receipts of me having just so many cases. Like we received 25 cases. I'm like, cool, that's 150 boxes. Out of those 150 boxes, let's reasonably expect 1/3 of them to be Gen 1. That's 50 complete sets of Charmander, Squirtle, Bulbasaur. Like over the long haul, this is going to be a product that everybody's going to be like, why didn't I buy more? And if you want access to those same cases, again, that program, you guys, I mean, our business program, there's just so many people that are signing up right now because everybody's just making a ton of money joining. So not even surprised. But yeah, needless to say, Chimchar, it's going to rebound. Same thing. It's down 50%. I mean, how much lower is this card going to go? Is it going to go to $2, $3? That wouldn't make any sense. That actually would not make any sense because the boxes are like $50, $60 a piece. So if you're opening a $60 box and you remove the 2 English packs that comes out of it, your cost basis is what? $50 for the Series 1 pack. Divide that by 3, that's $17 per illustration rare that you're paying. And Chimchar, which is the best one in Gen 4, is only worth $5. So you're telling me that you committed $17 per illustration rare average, and your best one's only $5? Like that price just doesn't make sense. It's a huge discrepancy in value, and that is the exact reason why I am going all in. On another note, other opportunities outside of the Series 1, I think we've spoken enough about those, is just Cosmos foil right now. These tend to be rather difficult to grade in 10s. I'm not saying this Charmander specifically, but just the Cosmos foils in general. One that comes to mind for me, I believe it was either a Costco or a Sam's Club exclusive. It was the Prismatic Evolution one that came with 8 of the Evolutions, and those were always in terrible condition. The plastic that pinched down, it ruined the promos. So many of them just came damaged. Very fragile like product. That plastic, when pressed together, it will just absolutely destroy the card. And these Cosmos foil, again, because of that happening, a lot of cards that are even coming out of brand new factory sealed boxes, they're coming out in terrible condition. That means that there's a massive premium on the 10. And what's going to happen is individual cards like this are just going to start increasing in price like crazy because people are willing to take that risk. They will grade a $2 to $5 Cosmos foil card for, let's say, 20 or 30 bucks for a chance to hit a 10 and it be worth 300 because the population is very low. And you'll see that that is the case for some of the more popular Pokemon that do have the Cosmos foil. And again, just looking at this chart right here, you can see that this card was under $1. And again, from a percentage scale, it's up over 100%. It's already doubled. It's already doubled in 6 months. And I'm looking at this card right here. Sure, there's a very good supply of these out there, but not that many are going to hit that 10. And once the PSA 10 price or CGC 10, whatever it is, once you start hitting record sales, people will look at that and be like, hey, this is worth the risk. And what's going to happen is people are just going to start doing buyouts on these types of cards. And on a percentage scale, like this card is not going to move to $20 overnight, but it could very easily go from $2 to $4, which is another 100% increase. And if you're sitting on 50 copies, like you are capitalizing on all those gains. So there's just a lot of opportunity right there to make that kind of a move. Last thing I wanted to touch base on are Sword and Shield promos. There's a lot of Sword and Shield promos that just aren't really moving. Lucario is one that has been moving. And this is actually the Crown Zenith promo. The ETBs have been going crazy in price, and the exclusive promo inside is going as well. But I remember this one specifically. I actually did not sell very many of these. I was opening the ETBs and I was selling out the packs because nobody wanted the promos. Let me see if I look at the 1 year chart. I remember these were, like $3. I was going to say this was like a $3 sealed promo. I'm like, there's no way an Altar of Lucario is $3. And you know, it's crazy. We have a Mega Lucario right now that just got released, Wave 2 of the Ascended Hero Premium posters, and it's like an $18 fuller card. It makes no sense being an $18 card. Like in my eyes, it's a $50 card. In my eyes, this promo right here is at least 30, 40 bucks as well. So, you know, the fact that this is, in the past year, it's up 341%. It's crazy. You were able to buy them for $3, now they're $16. And I'm promising you this right now, you are not going to see these types of gains. You are now going to see a 341% increase buying Pokemon Center ETBs. It's just not going to happen. You could buy all these people who are buying Ascended Hero Elite Trainer boxes for like $500-600. They're paying all-time highs. That is not going to $2,000. It could cross $1,000 and you'll make $400. But with that same capital, you could stock up on like 50 copies of this. And I would argue that you're so much better having that much quantity because you could grade some, you could sell some, you could lower your cost basis. Like, let's say if you bought in a year, right? A year ago at $4 and now they're 16, you could be selling a few copies at 16 and effectively make your cost basis for the remaining copies $0. And then you just have a free investment. And that's how you could grow your collection for free. And I'm telling you right now, I mean, you're looking at this chart, you're saying, why would I buy at 341%? This card's still undervalued. This should not be a $16 card. It's literally Alt-Art, Black Star promo from a very, very popular set. Easily should be double what it is. And, follow this one closely if you don't think that's going to happen because in the past 3 months, up 120%. So a lot of the gains, I mean, still sub $10, less than 3 months ago. This is the beginning of the year, beginning of 2026, under $10, already trending to 20. In the past month, same thing. It was like $12. Now, it actually did hit 20. It did hit 20 and then it dropped. Well, there you go. So now's the time to be stocking up. But yeah, before you know it, I mean, it's just going to continue soaring higher. There's just a lot of opportunity in these cards. You just need to know where to look. And if you don't know where to look, well, it's a good thing you're watching my YouTube video because I will teach you. That's all I got, guys. If you found something helpful, if you learned something, make sure to hit that subscribe. That is what keeps me motivated to make more videos for you guys. If you want to show some support at no additional cost to you, anytime you're buying on eBay, hit that link. If you do want to directly support, buy something from my website, PokeKingShop.com. And with that, we will catch you here on the next one.